As the vision is expanding, we are realizing, the internet is helping. It's not that I have sole access to the absolute truth and everybody else is wrong. They all are doing good. So it's leading to the broadening of the vision. This variety is the nature of creation. God is such an amazingly innovative creator. He has ensured that the 7 billion people on the planet Earth all have got different biometrics. Otherwise, the biometric system would not have worked, right? So God knew that we would be having to give our biometrics. So He ensured that we all have different ones. He also ensured that our facial appearance is different. See, nowadays the Microsoft Windows, it recognizes by the face. And I wonder, because sometimes in the morning I don't have my tilak, but it still recognizes. Sometimes I'm wearing my reading glasses, it still recognizes. Then I ask some people, how does He make out? This artificial intelligence says, Swamiji, they just check your eyes. So everybody's eyes are different. Our voices are different. Somebody calls you over the phone and you immediately recognize. The phone call is from the other side of the world, but you can make out. Now you may be knowing 50,000 people, but this person's voice is different from that person's voice. It's not a video call, it's only an audio call. And the dog is able to recognize by the smell. So you go to your friend's house, that dog comes, wow, 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 wow. But then he comes close and sniffs. And then he remembers, oh, this smell, this is in my memory. This person is an acquaintance of mine. So in every way we are different. Every tree and every leaf of every tree is different. Our way of worshipping God is also different. Now the Vedas, they accept this. There is a temple of Lord Shiv in Chittoor district of Andhra region. Srikalahasti Temple. So the story goes that one Swayambhu Vayulingam manifested in the forest. And there were 3 great devotees in the forest of Lord Shiv. One was a spider, the other was the elephant, and the third was a snake. Now the spider crawling around saw, my God, Lord Shiv has manifested out here. So the spider was thrilled. It offered its obeisance again and again to the Shivling, and then thought that this Shivling is existing in the open. It is exposed to the dust and the rain. Let me offer my services. It built cobwebs all around to protect the Shivling from the raindrops and from the wind, etc., and went off. But in the afternoon, the elephant came and thrilled looking at that Vayulingam and said, wow, Lord Shiv out here, my Ishtadev. But what is this cobwebs, etc., covering it? So it went to the Swarnamukhi river, filled water in its trunk and came and splashed water on the Shivling, knocking out all the cobwebs. Then it took a few bananas and a few flowers and offered them around Lord Shiv, and the elephant went off. At night a snake came. It was also a great devotee of Lord Shiv. It was also delighted to find the Shivling there, the Vayulingam, and said, wow, I am blessed to have darshan. But what are all these rotten flowers and vegetables and fruits out here? So the snake, it threw them all away. And it had some precious stones. It came and offered those precious stones. In the morning, the spider came back to do his devotion, Om Namah Shivaya, and found that there were no cobwebs. Instead, there were stones and little remnants of the vegetables. The spider struggled and struggled to pull the stones away and became very annoyed and again made the cobwebs. The afternoon, the elephant came, said, again the cobwebs are here, became furious, went, took the water 3-4 times and cleaned it up fully. Now the snake again came. So this cycle went on, and all these 3 devotees were so annoyed that somebody was thwarting their sevas, until they decided, we will look who spoils my seva. So when this morning the spider came, the elephant was waiting behind. And the spider started building its web. The elephant came and squashed it to its death. And now the snake came. So the snake looked at the elephant, you? But in loving devotion, there is no fear. It went into the trunk of the elephant and started biting it. The elephant became so furious. It took its head and trunk and smashed it on the tree, killing the snake. But by then the venom had spread in the elephant also died. All 3 of them died. But Lord Shiv said, look, they are all my devotees. They meant no harm. They were all trying to serve me. And they were serving based on their own natures to the best of their abilities. From my side, I was pleased with the devotion of all 3 of them. And that is why I accept the devotion of all 3. So Lord Shiv, he liberated all of them, took them to Kailash. And he said, henceforth, this Shivling will be called Shri after the spider, Kal after the snake, and Hasti after the elephant. It will be Shri Kala Hastishwar. So, even in the path of devotion, there are differences of opinion. You may say there are differences of opinion out here. In the material world, one devotee says this, one says this, and the conflict out there happens. But this conflict happens in Golok also. There are Manini gopis and there are Mugdha gopis. The leftists and the rightists. When I open my mobile, just the Google, it shows up, the leftists are doing like this. It's an ad placed by the rightists. What do you feel? Vote out here. And the next day is the rightists are doing like this. What do you feel? Vote here. So in Golok also there are leftists and rightists. See, it is divine. Some gopis, they think that Sri Krishna should be served like this. And they firmly believe. And the other gopis think this is not the way Sri Krishna will be happy. He should be served like this. Now they get annoyed with each other. The annoyance is not about their happiness. In the material world, we are annoyed for our happiness. They are annoyed for the happiness of Sri Krishna. So Chandravali has her idea of how Sri Krishna will be happy. And Radha feels that is totally crazy idea. And that is why she doesn't like Chandravali at all. So this is a divine conflict. But the Vedas accept the variety in the sacrifices. So Lord Krishna says that all these kinds of sacrifices, they are perfect, provided the connection is there. Like your mobile, it is useless if the connection is not there. First time when I came to the US and then I went back in 2009, somebody said, Swamiji, you should have an iPhone. So I said, sure. And I went with the iPhone back to India, and of course I replaced the chip. But then I was traveling around to so many places, and half the places it would not work. And my team member had that 1,000 rupee. 1,000 rupee means about $14. So 1,000 rupee Indian made mobile of Micromax Corporation. And he would merrily, engage in his phone calls all over the place. What is the use of this iPhone 5 and this Micromax? That 1,000 rupee phone is working everywhere because the maker of the phone had the brains to put a strong receptor so that the cellular network could be caught everywhere. And the iPhone was falling. So, you may have all the best apps of the world in your iPhone or Galaxy, Samsung, but if there is no connection, they are all useless. Likewise, all these austerities, the one in front of all the zeros is the yog. So yog is the union, your connection with God through loving devotion. When you offer it in love to God, it becomes perfect.